Hey, I just wanted to do some quick clarifications before you get into the rest of this video. So I kept saying nervous system when I meant to say tree of life. So quick clarification. If you were to look up what the nervous system looks like, and then I've been listening to DJ T talk about the Holy Megillah, and she's referring to the tree of life and how it is outside of you and inside of you, how there is a covenant point where basically the root of the tree and the growth of the tree meet, or you could say that's where the earth is, right? You find something similar when you look at the nervous system, specifically from the brain to the rest of the nervous system, and then how the nervous system works outside of us. So the tree of life is said to be inside of us and outside of us. Well, we refer the tree of life outside of us, my theory is, in the neuro spectrum of our nervous system. So our nervous system is trained to always be aware of what is outside of us, to protect us from danger, to set us into rest and digest, to let us know when we're hungry, when we need to go to the bathroom, all those kinds of things. So when it is outside of us, it is in that aspect, is my theory, when it relates to the tree of life. And then when it relates to inside of us, it is the actual nervous system, what it has been patterned to receive and then react, teach whoever is inside or holding on to that nervous system, that world within them, how to survive and thrive in the world. And you can relate this to people who have different sensory abilities, or those who might be blind have better hearing, those who have lost their hearing might have better sight, those type of things. People who have lost like their sense of smell or their sense of taste might have better hearing and better sight, or feeling. Some people are able to feel people many feet away, even miles away, on other sides of this world, other sides of the water, so to speak, because of the DNA connection and the genetic connection. And sometimes just as to how aware our nervous system can be outside as well as inside. And when it's inside, it helps to keep our organs regulated, and our own sense of beingness in this realm, and how we respond and how we react. All right, enjoy the video.
When the muscles are shortened in the front, they're overextended in the back, and that's usually what happens. So we want to strengthen and extend the muscles in the front so that we get strength and good posture in the back. Even if you're, got a little stuff in the front. And then you take that breath, and you see it fills up the back. And so what happens when we do this, there's several things that happen. One is certain neuroreceptors that are open to, say, downloads or messages or meditation reception of cues within the body, things that might be happening outwardly in the world. You're coming into the body, you're opening up these neural pathways that reconnect to kind of the beginnings, before traumas, before not even the beginning, just it's like a space of receptivity within the self, because you're connecting, doing movements, connecting to the bodies. Well, with the hips in particular, if we can get into these spaces, these muscles, these points of maybe tension or pain. Some of our low hip stuff can be from what we're eating, because our large intestine is in that area. And if you are, depending on what you're eating, it can decrease and increase your low back pain. Adrenals and kidney issues can also be related to low back pain. But what we want to focus on is kind of bringing relief to that, because most of those things are responding to our nervous system. So when it comes to our nervous system, so in the Holy Megillah, it talks about how it is within you and outside of you. When we talk about the nervous system is developed so that at all times you are alert, because you need this alertness to let you know if there's the joke is like a saber-toothed tiger, but this is based on the scientific theory that built within us is a natural ability to understand danger and then protect ourselves, run, defend, punch, stab if it's like a big beast or something like that, And so there's always this mirror response from your nervous system happening outside of you, like constantly, at least while you are eye open and awake. Even while you're sleeping, your nervous system is still working. It's what's keeping your heart, your lungs, your blood flowing. This is what's always happening while we're awake. And then when we're asleep, we don't have to think about these things. It's automatic. So it's automatic, letting us know what's going on outside of us. Then what's happening within us is that because of how our environment is, how our nervous system has been patterned to respond in a survival mode, we will respond that way in our waking life. So in certain situations where emotions haven't been processed, especially in the body, muscles, joints, subconscious, we will be responding outwardly to all different kinds of things. This is where that would be a different video. That would be a different video. Stay focused. And so, when it comes to the hips and working with these muscles, and specifically the ones I showed, especially the ones that come for both male and female, but specifically the female into the yoni area, this is where we have this connection to our roots, right? Why do we call it the root chakra when we're talking about a body system? Is it possible because we're linking the nervous system that looks like a tree with all its tentacles coming out, so to speak, or its roots going out throughout the body? And then when you look at other medicines, they deal with elements, which relates to trees. I mean, I think there's a lot of connections, and there are, when you go, what I do know about is massage therapy and the certain things that I've studied there, which is like this, what I'm sharing with you, part of the nervous system, stretching, how it affects the body, and then how we can release it. And then I think I've showed on my YouTube channel, Cups, do a whole monthly series on that, but okay. So if you've struggled with narcissistic relationships, childhood sexual assault or molestation, psychological and, I know, honey, psychological and or emotional neglect or abuse, those things are stored in your nervous system. And then as you're responding to other people, you could be responding to their nervous system, and they could be responding to your nervous system. So the more we heal our nervous systems, the better we are at our neuro scope, so to speak, how we receive danger. And then we're aware of, say, like the baddies or a narcissist, that type of energy or behavior or treatment. And then we also are able to understand our own selves, how we respond and treat others in direct response to our nervous system. And so the more we work on our nervous system, the easier it will be and the better it will be to, one, repel narcissists, two, invite comfort and a calmed nervous system to those that may have a reactive response to the world still, because they're working on and healing some of their own traumas. And some things, you know, I know for myself, as I've gone through this process, like some things have completely changed, and then other things have become integrated into the practice. All right. Put some music back on here. Everybody, say hi. Say hi. All right, until next time. And also incorporating, so from watching Cassandra Floyd, and also from reading the book The Great Cosmic Mother, and the reminder of the intense healing of the statement, Mommy and I are one. I want to include that. That is something that you can bring into your stretching as well, or your routine of, say, looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. And when you're doing stretching, you are opening up your left side of your nervous system and your neurological receptors so that whatever you're saying and doing is repatterning inside of you. This is why we'll talk about tapping and getting massages. When you get massages, somebody else is doing that to your nervous system. So it's like you get to relax while somebody else is actually stimulating your nervous system in a bilateral way, so that your neural pathways can repattern and feel safe, because safety is extremely important in healing the nervous system. And so as we release whatever may have brought on feelings of unsafety in our root area and our hips and low back, glute, groin area, womb area, then we are also repatterning the nervous system that is connected to those responses. All right, thanks for being here. hips. And until next